This is a PRS, Paul Reed Smith. This is called a custom 24 signature model. The 24 stands for 24 frets. This is called the Marshall Blues Breaker, and this is a 1962 reissue. As you can see, I've got two microphones on it. Beneath it, I have a 1964 reissue Marshall 212 cabinet. They are the exact same matching microphones. They are Shure SM57s. They're the most pretty much common recording mic there is. Still the top rated mic for a guitar amp recording, live recording. The reason I do that is because the bottom cabinet, once you split out of the amplifier and you hook another cabinet into it, it basically allows the amp to get a little bit louder without being so in your face. So you can turn it up a little bit in a smaller studio environment, gets a little bit warmer tone, and a lot of people put both mics on one speaker to get just a mirror image of each other. I like to do the two speakers because I found it gives me a little bigger sound. The PRS Custom 24 kind of set the standard for Paul Reed Smith guitars. It's still, to me, and I think to most people, it's still kind of their flagship model. As I said, it does have 24 frets. The owl on the 24th fret is how you know that just by glancing at it. Couple of special things about this one in particular, and I'm not an expert on them at the level of you know, a lot of people, but I do know, you know, a few things that I think are kind of cool you guys might be interested in. Number one, you see the birds on the frets. These birds are very significant, and what they are is Paul Reed Smith, the man that started this company, apparently his mother was a bird watcher, and she took him and his brother out, and she was very adamant about them learning all the birds, and she was very much into these birds, and so that was a huge part of his life. So when he made his first guitar, in homage to his mother, he put birds on the neck, on the frets, and he chose different birds for every fret, and the birds are also in positions and in flight and in motion that is relative to where they are on the fretboard. So back to our owl sitting here on the 24th fret. Obviously that's the highest fret on the guitar, and it's really hard to get to, and there's like, you gotta play solos up here and stuff. I feel like that little bird's like judging me. I feel like he's staring at me every time I come up to that 24th fret. A couple of other things I like about this guitar, everything I like about this guitar, but a couple of other really cool things. I don't know if you can see or not, but the knobs are recessed just a little bit, and it's just slight enough to make it totally comfortable with the cut here for your hand. And I do a lot of volume knob work with my whammy bar and opening and closing the volume knob to get certain effects, and it makes it so much easier. And the other thing they do is that knob is not round, it actually has little lines on it, and those make it really easy and accurate to reach in there and to just get it feather fine touch. It looks super cool, and it almost has this retro kind of 60s, 70s, 50s almost radio look to it. The Floyd Rose tailpiece, like I said, is a standard for me. This has double humbucker pickups. These are, like I said, the rock style pickups, but because of this switch, this is actually a 5-position switch. This switch allows me to split these so that I can literally turn the switch, and instead of having this together working as one, getting a real crunchy sound, I can split them to where it works as two singles, and it gets that same kind of bitey sound that the Fender does, which I'll show you. Fenders, don't get me wrong, but what I really love is, for me personally, this guitar can do what every other guitar can do. I've never had one guitar that if I reach for a sound, if I try to get a sound, something out of it, I can find a setting on it and that guitar just delivers to me. And honestly, that's why I reach for it every time. So this is my girl, this is my baby, and I think she looks pretty cool. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for tuning in every single week. We have some really special stuff coming up. Wait a sec. I think you know what the music means. It's time already to wrap this puppy up.